Hey there, welcome to another Student Spotlight, this time featuring a game from Hungary by Milan. He made this game after following my Unity crash course on Udemy and YouTube. So the premise here is that he changed the main character for a cat, and he changed the coins that you collect for these fishes here that you see in this main menu. So let's start the game. All right, so this is the game. And here you'll notice that we have the amount of fish that we need to collect, and we have the hearts and the stamina bar of the character. So let's move around. So already you can see that the cat is quite cute with really nice animations. I really enjoy it. So he's very smooth and he jumps around and can roll. Okay. And in the level, you have this nice color palette. You have these shades of orange and brown. I really like it. It's really important that your game has a unique visual signature, or at least in areas of your game, if you have multiple biomes, each biome needs to feel coherent and unique. Each object in that biome need to feel quite coherent. So here we have a nice dust effect, which gives a lot of personality to the level. But also, since these levels are on top of nothing, basically, this dust effect allows us to have a nice reference point when we're jumping and moving around, right? So here I died, of course. So this level is quite hard, and Milan said that this level is meant to be like the third or fourth level in the game. You're not supposed to start from here. So now I lost some hearts and I can scratch an object here and get a heart. All right. All right, let's continue the level. So here you can see some really nice trap designs, and this one in particular is quite challenging. So if we move here, we have these traps that are activated by touch and these other spike traps that activate on a regular basis. So the contrast here makes the trap or the whole group of traps really challenging to get through. So here I need to get that fish, but I'm afraid to lose a heart. If I stand there too long, I'm going to lose all my lives. All right, so here we can get through these traps. Let's see how we can do it. Okay, let's try again. The platforming challenges are really hard, but at the same time, they're quite satisfying for people who enjoy these kinds of challenges. So if you like games such as Super Meat Boy, this will be right up your alley. So here I wasn't fast enough. I can in fact sprint, which allows me to jump higher. So we're going to try to use that functionality from now on. And here you'll find this statue which comes to life, and you have to evade it, then it explodes. Right, so I have a heart here, and here we have a checkpoint. So you'll notice here that this statue with the fire on top is a checkpoint. So if I die here, I'm going to be respawning at this point, all right, which is really nice. All right, let's jump over here and get this green key. Then let's jump back. Okay, I overshot the jump. We can get on these platforms, and I can get on that island, then get the fish, and yeah, I died again. So here the basic principle is that you get the fish, and then just by the time that the other platform comes back, you get on it. And here we have these nice platforms moving in the air. So you have to read what these platforms are going to do and try to get on them. And Milan has included some secrets in this level. All right. Okay, I got a fish, and here he has added these nice characters. So he's given us a clue about a cake, apparently. I guess this is the secret. So here he has these nice moving platforms, which I missed, of course. All right, so let's restart. And here, if we go all the way here to the right, you can see this Anubis kind of character. So this is apparently a boss fight that Milan is going to add soon. And this is going to be some kind of reveal. So after you finish something, then you can go back here and fight the boss, or at least that's how I understand it. I don't know exactly how he's going to make it. So of course, what you're seeing here is a work in progress. We have a lot of elements here that can be improved. So if we go down here, I think we'll have a surprise here. Yeah, we'll have we'll definitely have a surprise. Lots of these statues come into life, and lots of them, in fact. So here we have the red chest. I guess we need a red key to open it. All right, so this is a pretty nice game. And I mean, honestly, this feels quite polished. The way that the level is laid out and how the traps are designed. For someone making a game for the first time, this kind of quality is really amazing. And here I should note that Milan implemented these moving platforms while we didn't talk about them in the course. So we haven't gotten yet to the stage of having moving platforms. And in my discussion with Milan, he said that he tried a lot of things. He tried to parent the character to the platform, but that didn't work. Then he tried to add the velocity of the platform to the velocity of the character. And this is apparently what he's doing right now. So this is great. Game development is all about experimentation. It's all about having an idea and crafting a solution. And maybe that solution will not be as perfect as you want, but that's okay. Maybe you will take that solution and implement it anyway. Maybe you will try to find a better solution. But the most important thing in game development is that you never stop. You don't let those challenges stop you. I mean, honestly, this level is quite beautiful to look at and it's quite surreal. So, I mean, honestly, congratulations to you, Milan, for making such a game. This is quite a beautiful game to be proud of. And I hope you will manage to create more levels with more challenges and publish them somewhere online so other people can play them. As far as I'm concerned, for the course, this is quite an achievement. And honestly, guys, it's very hard to describe how I feel seeing the people who have followed my course make such a beautiful game and try to think of how to combine the few traps that we have created. Because honestly, in the course, I am more focused on like the mindset of programming, how you should approach programming and all the basics of Unity and how to use all the objects and all that stuff. So it's a little bit hard to like make this mechanic, then follow it by the second mechanic and the third one, and just keep focusing on the mechanics and adding more content. So this is not exactly the point of my course, but it's great to see that a lot of you have outgrown the course and are going your own way, implementing your own mechanics, adding your own puzzles and your own systems. This makes me very proud as an instructor, and hopefully this will inspire the people who are following the course right now and perhaps who lack the motivation to finish, and also the people who are thinking about taking this course or another course maybe. Game development is truly magical. It's the best art form out there and I absolutely love it. All right, so congratulations to you, Milan. This is quite an achievement and I'm really proud of you. All right, guys, take care. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.